Good evening, and welcome to the Just Be Different broadcast. My name is Janae, and I'm so excited and delighted to be invited into your time tonight to discuss relevant and pertinent issues with you, the viewing audience. Please know that the purpose and the goal of the Just Be Different movement is to empower people from all walks of life to be different in every aspect of their lives. Please know that if this is your first time watching, I thank you so much for pressing play. And if you are an avid watcher of the broadcast, thank you so much for every watch, every like, every comment, and every share. It is greatly appreciated. Please visit us on our official website at wansleyj.wix.com/. Just Be Different. Please like us on Facebook at the Just Be Different Movement. The link to the official website, as well as to the movement page on Facebook and my personal social media handles, will be provided for you in the description below. On tonight's webisode of Just Be Different, we are going to be discussing light skin versus dark skin, breaking the mental chains. I dubbed this webisode off of an article that I read on the Final Call website. Now, y'all already know me. I ain't Muslim or anything like that. No offense to anybody who is Muslim, who is a part of the Nation of Islam, anything like that. But I'll tell you one thing, the Final Call has great information when it comes to the woes in our African American society. And so before I get into the discussion of light skin versus dark skin, I just want to read this article to you. And this is again by The Final Call. The contributor is Akira Roberson, and it was last updated May 19, 2014. Just so you know, this is, a little over a year ago, but this is a recent article, or recent enough rather. People often think that stereotypes are made by another race and their view of the race they are labeling. But what most don't think about are the labeling and the divisive stereotypes that are used within a race, such as stereotypes often used in the black community. This type of division in a race can be poisoning and indirectly divisive. Stereotypes such as light skin versus dark skin within the black community are cancerous, dangerous, and shape how we view ourselves and our people. Fortunately, we can solve this problem by teaching and mentally reshaping how we've been trained to think and behave. The stereotyping is seen as joking and not serious. At least that's what it is thought. It is also rare that anyone questions where light skin or dark skin originated. It just exists and is somewhat passed on. Even young children use these jokes and labels. But the question stands, where did it get its beginning and how was it enforced? Light skin versus dark skin emerges at least as early as 1712 in the colony of Virginia on the banks of the James River and Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch spoke of ways to break apart the tightly unified black man and woman. The unity between the slaves led to revolts. They killed their owners and those families and often ran away. Considering this, Willie Lynch devised a plan that would control the slaves physically and mentally for 300 years or more if executed correctly. The Lynch plan consisted of, and I quote, crossbreeding niggers mean taking so many drops of good white blood and putting them into as many nigger women as possible, varying the drops by the various tone that you want, and then letting them breed with each other until another circle of color appears as you desire. What this means is this: put the niggers and the horse inbreeding pot, mix some asses and some good white blood, and what do you get? You got a multiple color. You got multiple of colors of ass backward, unusual niggers running tied to backward ass long headed mules. The one productive of itself, the other sterile. The one constant, the other dying. We keep the nigger constant, for we may replace the mules for another tool. Both mule and nigger tied to each other, neither knowing where the other came from, and neither productive for itself, nor without each other. Furthermore, he suggested destroying the mother language of black people, and he wanted to limit the understanding of the English language. Being a fool is one of the basic ingredients of any incidents to the maintenance of the slavery system, said Lynch. By making us foolish, small differences like color shade could be used to break our unity, thus creating light skin versus dark skin. Willie Lynch's plan ultimately was to take the small differences between blacks and make them bigger. Lastly, he has to use a method, to instill these differences among blacks. Such differences and inequalities almost manifest in the workplace, the criminal justice system, socioeconomic status, and education. According to research by Arthur Goldsmith, Derek Hamilton, and William Darity, employers tend to prefer light-skinned black employees over dark-skinned black employees, noted one source. Hey, cut it out! Similarly, research by Jennifer Ebhart, Paul Davies, Valerie Purdy Vaughns, and Sherry Lynn Johnson demonstrates that blacker looking African American males are more likely to receive the death penalty compared to their lighter skinned counterparts for comparable capital crimes, noted other experts. These inequalities have shown up in socioeconomic status and education. For example, light skin attains a higher socioeconomic status in its own right through greater education and workforce mobility, according to research on colorism. The anti-black bias is evident in beauty standards and has caused self-hatred within the black race. Beauty is measured by how white one looks. During an experiment in 2010, 3 psychologists found black children chose a white doll and associated the white doll with good characteristics over the black doll. Also, the black doll was associated with bad characteristics. The age group was 4 to 5 and 9 to 10. At such ages, how do they know that black is ugly? What images have they been shown that would make them believe that black is beautiful? There is a solution to this light skin, dark skin problem and the issues that come with it. The solution to this problem is simple. Educate black children at an early age about history and how race mixing was used as a weapon of mind control. Once they understand this, all the other issues such as self-hatred and the divisions are erased. This is the only way to ensure that these mental chains are broken. Light skin versus dark skin was created through a process, so education has to reverse that process. This teaching will have to be instilled into younger children at an early age all the way to adulthood. Once these teachings have been correctly executed, the process that Willie Lynch instilled in the black race will be broken completely. There will be a new enlightenment in the black community, and there will be more progress as a race. Self-hatred will be a thing of the past, and the inequalities that exist because of divisions made by our ignorance will be no more. The black race will be unified and strong like it once was before our enslavement. So here you see, Destiny! Cut it out! I'm sorry, y'all. So as you can see in the article, this light skin versus dark skin thing is really ridiculous. And now that you see where and how it started, do you really still want to consider yourself, I don't know, do you really want to consider yourself joking about the subject? Because nowadays people take it for a joke, but then and again, other people take it seriously. Like the racism and the colorism is prevalent in our own race, in the African American community. I know when I was growing up, I used to be belittled and I used to be talked about and I used to be teased because I was darker than a lot of my friends. And I didn't think that that was fair. But because everybody else thought that the lighter skin complexion was more favorable, I began to feel like I was ugly. When in actuality, I was never ugly. It was just the brainwashing that society, had done to us. Today, people take it for a joke. I know one of my friends on Instagram had her name on Instagram as light skin is the right skin, who mad. And ain't nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for real, like, These are the things that we are instilling into our kids, and our kids will instill it into their kids, and so on and so forth. And I've heard so many things. It's light skin, and then there's brown skin, and then there's dark skin. And I mean, even sometimes the brown skin group of people get a little shunned, but most of the time they're also associated with light skin. And those of us who are not light skin or brown skin and do consider ourselves to be dark skin, we get the shorter end of the stick. Like, how fair is that? There are memes that joke about light skin versus dark skin, and it's not cute. This is colorism. This is colorism. Like, when are we really gonna realize that we're degrading our own people? So you mean to tell me, like, perfect example, one of my friends asked me, did I ever think that I would date outside of my race? And I told her no. And I mean, I have my own reasons. I never saw, I mean, for real, I never saw myself dating outside of my race or whatever. But, then after, I answered that and I went into, why. Um, she was like, so do you prefer dark skinned guys or light skinned guys? And I'm like, I prefer an African American guy. Like, everybody has a type. Everybody has a type. But I feel like if you're going to treat me right, the color of your skin doesn't matter. Like, and then she went on to say, like, but would you really find yourself with a dark skin man? And I did tell her no, I do prefer the lighter skin. And she asked me why, and I just said because that's just what I'm attracted to. And she was like, well, then if you're attracted to a light skinned man, why won't you go out with a white man? And I was like, well, I mean, growing up down south and things like that, I've had bad experiences with Caucasian people. And so that has kind of turned me off to ever dating a white guy. Because I don't, of course, the saying goes, you have to get to know them. And maybe I'm judging before I, take that step. But I guess I'll get there one day. But at this point in time, and I'm not racist or anything like that. My experiences have caused me to just feel that way. And I just feel like light skin is more appealing to me, not because dark skinned men are ugly. I have met a lot of dark skinned men who are breathtakingly gorgeous. Um, and that I would more than, that I would be more than happy in dating or whatever. But, at the end of the day, yeah, I do prefer a light skinned guy. So what? That doesn't mean that I wouldn't date dark skinned guys. Now, so you have people that will not date a dark skinned man or a dark skinned woman. If they're not light skinned, then they are not. Then they won't date a black woman. They'll date a white woman. They'll date a Latino woman. You know what I mean? No offense to you guys, but I'm just saying, if some black, like, for instance, some black men, if they cannot get a hold of a light skinned black woman, they will date a white woman. They will date a Latino woman, and that's not. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. Now, again, you also got to look at the experiences that they've had with black women or whatever the case may be. But I just feel like dark skin gets the short end of the stick, and I don't like that. I really do not like that. Um, call it what you will, call it what you want. Um, but yeah, that's just how I feel. Now, I've come across another article that is entitled 30 Light Skin Privileges That Light Skinned Blacks Have That Dark Skinned Blacks Do Not. And IDK, if I'm not exactly sure if I'm waiting for the excuse me, because I lost my track. I'm waiting for the article to load. But, like, people talk about white privilege. Yo, light skinned people have black privilege. Like, and it may sound like a little crazy, but it's the truth. Like, it's really the truth. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, if you watching me right now and you are a light skinned black person, when I tell you, you get so much more than we dark skinned blacks get. You know, because white people feel like they can identify with you because you're light. And they feel like they can accept you because you're light. You're the closest thing. You're the closest thing to white, even though you're black. You get it? Like, I hope I'm not rambling. I hope I'm not making sense. Um but yeah, if you're light skinned, you just know that you have a bunch of privileges that dark skinned black people do not have. And I'm really waiting because this was such a good article. Um, I'm waiting on this article to load because this article was so good. Let me see. Maybe if I put my laptop this way and I do it like this and I sign in. Okay. My laptop is doing too much right now. Y'all forgive it. Please, y'all forgive it. Is it connected now? Okay. Let's see. Alright. Because my Wi-Fi is doing too much right now. And I really want to read this article to you guys. So, y'all bear with me, please. Please bear with me, please. Alright. So, apparently, my Wi-Fi does not want to cooperate. Jesus. Let's see if it'll work now. Let's see if it'll work now. But in the meantime, like, I wish this was Periscope because I could really ask, like, what are your thoughts on light skin versus dark skin? Please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Please feel free. Like, how do you feel about the light skin versus dark skin thing in today's society? Because especially, I mean, I guess, and I hate that this webisode is kind of targeted to the African American community, but I mean, it's just something that we deal with that needs to be talked about because it's like, how ridiculous is it? We're dividing, we're dividing ourselves. We're really dividing ourselves. We are seriously dividing ourselves, and it's not fair. It's just not fair. It's really not fair. And so, I just feel like we need to get to the place where we can honestly sit and appreciate each other for who we really, for who we really are, We all need to appreciate ourselves. Whether we be light or dark, there needs to be a self-appreciation for our race as a whole. Okay. Yeah, my internet is acting up, and I really wanted to share this article with you guys. But I guess not, because I keep stalling, because I keep thinking that it's gonna work, and I just really want to. When I tell you this article sincerely blessed me, it sincerely blessed me. I'm sorry, y'all probably shouldn't show y'all. I'm sorry, but it blessed me. It really did, because is it gonna work? It showed me just how severe it showed me just how severe um, just how severe the division is amongst ourselves. And the saying goes, united we stand, divided we fall. You want to know why so many things are happening to the African American community now? Police brutality. Um, and I can tell you one thing. I'm so very angry about what happened to one of my friends this week. I ain't even going to talk about it, because if I talk about it, I'm going to get even more angry. I really and sincerely feel like I'm gonna get more angry. And so um I'm really not gonna talk about it. But yeah. Police brutality is going on. All of these things are going on, and it's like, instead of banding together and being a force to be reckoned with, we are trying to figure out who got the best weave, who looks better, who wears the label, who wears the labels, who wears the most labels, who, like, we're worried about things that we need not be worried about, and it sucks. I think I got it now. I was stalling way too much, but I think I have it now. Do I? Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Yay! Wait, maybe I said yay too quickly, because now it's loading and it's acting crazy again. But yeah, we're worried about um who's wearing the most brand name clothes. We're worried about who's messing with who's sleeping with who. We're worried about if light skin is prettier than dark skin. And our our race is becoming an endangered species, and nobody cares about that though. It sucks. It really, really sucks. And so um I just really want to know, when are we going to get to the point where we can truly and wholeheartedly begin to love ourselves again as a race and as a community? Because right now it's not working. Okay, so I finally got this article up that I just want to read to you guys. And I want to know your thoughts. Like, comment in the description below, comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. This article is entitled 30 Light Skin Privileges. Hold on, I want to make sure I got it right. 30 light skin privileges that light skinned blacks have that dark skinned blacks don't. And this is by Bougie Black Girl. Um, it's a WordPress blog. And her mantra is, I'm a proud African American woman who loves to discuss issues that empower black women. So, she says, this post is a list of light skin privileges I created a few years ago. Because of the recent discussions on colorism in our media, I feel that they are very relevant today. Some may disagree, and I expect that. However, it doesn't make light skin privilege any less real. FYI, this post doesn't come from a place of hurt or jealousy that I have been accused of. It comes from my own observations and studies I cited in the original post. Click here for the original post, which includes studies proving the existence of light skin privileges. And I did. That post is awesome. Um, but yeah. Um, if colorism is the child of white supremacy, then light skin privilege is its grandchild. During the antebellum period, colorism was used to divide the house slaves, who were usually the offspring of the slave masters, from the field slaves, who were dark skinned. It was later practiced well into the 20th century by black civic, political, and social organizations. If you look at black media, read studies, and listen to our friends and family, you can still see it alive and well today. Here is a list of 30 light skin privileges. Number 1, having the ability to deny or to not acknowledge that colorism exists. 2, be recognized as a symbol of post-racism. 3, it is assumed that you are race neutral when issues of race are raised. 4, being standard of beauty in the black and Latino community. She ain't lying when she says that. 5. Being called black based on the antebellum era one drop rule. 6. Being racially ambiguous. 7. People automatically assuming you are mixed and it is seen as a positive attribute. I said that earlier. 8. I may not have said it in the exact way that she said it, but I said something like that earlier. 8. It is automatically assumed that you are more intelligent than the darker members of your racial group. And please let it be known that light skinned people get it. I mean, they get into PWIs. They're able to excel. They're able to get more opportunities in the higher education field than dark skinned blacks are, and it's just the truth. I mean, statistics from Forbes and U.S. News and World Report have also said that. And if I can find the links, they took a poll last year, so if I can find those links, I will definitely provide them for you too in the description below. 9. Not being seen as angry, unlike the darker members of your racial group. Oh yeah, because I often got called the angry black woman, and I was like, why? I know a lot of angry light skinned black women. But we, dark skinned black women, have to be angry because, quote unquote, nobody wants us, and we're mad because we're not light skinned and we wish that we were light skinned. To hell with that. I wish I was light skinned. Y'all got too many problems of y'all own. I'm good. 10. Being considered less threatening by the Eurocentric mainstream based on the color of your skin. 11. People not making the assumption that you grew up poor, unlike your dark skinned counterparts. Oh my God. Oh my God. I knew so many people who were light skinned and poor, but they sat and they faked it till they made it. Oh, and never once did anybody question their economic status, but oh, I'm black. Black. Like black to where you can tell that I'm black, so I'm automatically had to be poor. Bye. Bye. I'm not, no. That sucks. But it happens. 12. Being allowed to recognize the variety of your racial ethnic heritage without ridicule. 13. Within African American culture, being called a red bone is regarded as a compliment, while being called dark skin is considered derogatory. Self explanatory, need I say more? 14. Having someone tell you that your light skin is better than dark skin. 15. Can color, dye, relax, or weave your hair without it being seen as an act of self hate? 16. The assumption that your relaxed hair is and chemically processed curls are your natural texture. Because, honey, if I was to go outside with bone straight hair and blonde and with blonde dye, I would be looked at as ridiculous. People would think I'm retarded. Oh, but let a light skinned person go out and do that. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Because it looks more natural to them. And who's to them? To the white folk and to everybody else who ain't dark skinned black. Just saying. 17. Not being told that you are pretty for a dark skinned girl. 18. Your skin color being valued by someone who purposely wants to erase their ethnicity and hates their own skin color. 19. Taking advantage of skin color privilege dependent upon the situation. For example, applying for scholarships for African Americans and Latinos and later passing for other than a minority. 20. You have a better chance of landing a job than a darker person with the same credentials. 21. You have better opportunities for education and job prospects. 22. Because of your light skin, your relatives may have had access to black sororities, fraternities, and other organizations that promoted intra-racism. 23. Your images are reflected in all forms of the black and Latino-owned media. 24. People who look like you rarely portray the stereotypical maid, downtrodden sapphire, and the dysfunctional black women roles on television. Very true. 25. You always played the black Latino wife on television. 26. You are being able to be biracial, multiracial, or light skinned and still play a black, Asian, Latino, and white person on television when people of a darker hue cannot. 27. Not having people in entertainment making songs or comments disrespecting your skin color. 28. If you are light skinned Latino, you don't have to prove it. 29. If you are light skinned Latino, it is automatically assumed that you speak Spanish. And last but not least, 30. You or your family have much more likely have immigrated to America, leaving your darker skinned counterparts behind. Let me tell you why I really identify with all of that. My mom was light skinned. And so I often got questions, oh, how did you come out like that? What's like that? How did I come out dark skinned? I don't know. Actually, I was not this dark. I grew up down south and I played in the sun, and that's how and that's how I grew darker. I was born brown skin. Maybe if I stayed in a house or something, I would have been the same complexion I was as a little kid. But I enjoyed playing outside. I enjoyed being a kid. And that's what made me grow darker. So what? But I always got that question. Your mom is dark skin and your mom is light skin and you're dark skin. How was that? What? I didn't appreciate that. And okay, cause Elijah filming just be different. I mean, it never fails. I'm always answering a text or something in these shows. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, like it wasn't, it to them, to the people asking, it wasn't a problem. But to me, it's like, really, are you serious? Like, I can't be dark skinned and have a light skinned mom. What? Like, have you ever heard of dominant and recessive traits? Like, my dad was brown skinned, my mom was light skinned. I could have easily been born dark skinned. What? It just really bothered me. And then growing up in the South, I always dealt with the whole red bone and us dark skinned got called niggas, field niggas, and all these other things. And it was like, wow. And it really, really affected me. I really thought that I was ugly, and I really thought that I was less than. I really, really did. But as I grew older, I had to realize and appreciate myself for who I was, and I had to tell myself that the color of my skin doesn't depict whether or not I'm beautiful, because I know a whole lot of light skinned females and light skinned males who have the nastiest attitude, which makes them look so ugly. And I have friends who are, dark skinned male friends and dark skinned female friends who are the most beautiful people you will ever meet, inside and out. So I'm gonna really need for y'all to really just cut the crap when it comes to the light skin versus dark skin situation, because we're hurting each other. We're really hurting each other. And we look ignorant. We look foolish. We really look bad. We look bad. We look bad. This ain't cute. People are laughing at us. We look bad. And we're already an endangered species as it is. And we're just making things worse for ourselves. Like, can we stop? Can we really stop? And can we start focusing on the bigger picture? Like how our black men are being killed. I mean, they're being killed. Like like hunting animals. They're being killed. They're I can't say literally, but almost literally being dragged to the slaughter. The police are killing our black men. Our black men are turning to crime, which is landing them in jail, which is imprisoning them. And a lot of them don't ever leave prison. They either die in prison or they executed, being killed, being bound. The black male species is an endangered species within themselves. Now, not every one of the black men out there are, you know, not every one of them are dogs or criminals and things like that, but that's how they're portrayed. When is it gonna stop? Not all of our black women are hoes and maids and baby mamas and stuck on a high school education. But this is what the black this is what the black woman is portrayed to be in today's society. And so when are we going to say enough is enough? We've had it. And when are we going to start to prove to the rest of the world that we are way more than what we're depicted to be? Because we got to stop fighting amongst ourselves first before we can sit there and decide to let the world know that we're more than what they depict, because they're depicting what they see. Okay? Can we do that? How do y'all feel about this light skin versus dark skin thing? Y'all really need to comment under the video. Let me know. I want to have a conversation because something's really got to give. Something's really got to give. Okay, I'm gonna quit it because it's midnight where I'm at. But although it's midnight, before I end this broadcast, I want to give a very, very, very happy birthday shout out to my bishop, Bishop William Raymond Whitaker II. His birthday was yesterday on November 12th. Y'all, even if um I know it's late. Even though it's after midnight and even though it's not his birthday anymore, shout him out. Give a quick happy birthday so he can see all the love, all the love, all the love. We love Bishop. I know I love my bishop, and I wish him many, 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 many more years of blessed and joyous moments. So, with that being said, thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. Please remember to visit our website at wansleyj.wix.com/justbedifferent and like us on Facebook at the Just Be Different Movement. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Be blessed. Good night. Oh, y'all like my pink girls? Yeah, girl, my girl Chanel did my pink girl. Y'all like my pink girl? She did them. They're cute. All right. I just wanted y'all to see my pink girls. See, they come up. I'm gonna have me a nice little straight hairdo about a weekend or something like that. I'll show y'all. All right, y'all. Good night.